And we thought strange, because there's a company who in their accounts actually are in the frame for Turkwell Dam and cite the source of funding as ECGD. What can have happened here? Maybe they're covering something up, I thought. Or maybe they've lost the paperwork. They're a busy department, there's loads of files coming in, it's dressed down Friday, you have a few drinks, a paper dart, that's that fucking hell. Then, a couple of days ago, in Parliament they say, yes, country project, hydroelectric dam, Turkwell Gorge, guarantee issued 86. We wrote to them and said, okay, what happened? Why did you say no? And they said, well, you see, we had a problem because we don't refer to the project as the Turkwell Dam in the department. So we couldn't find it. It's a dam, it's in Turkwell, go fucking figure! No, we didn't know it because we call it the hydroelectric project, you see. And after further research, they said, research, a bloke sitting there with a globe going, oh fuck. We just got confused, you know what it's like. That's why we got into trouble over the arms to Iraq, because we call it the Iraqi arms after this pub we go to, you see. All the projects we've questioned ECGD about, they've said the applications were dealt with according to the standard procedures available at the time. That's the standard response. So far, we've got ECGD are losing paperwork, getting confused, and they're building a nuclear power station possibly over in the Ukraine. Not going well for them so far. Number 3, also in Kenya, another dam called Ewaso Nero. The World Bank, in an internal memo, said that the contract was 5 times the amount it should have cost for the work done. And this raised huge questions on procurement procedures and on financial mismanagement. Think this through. When the World Bank says you're in trouble with financial mismanagement, that's off the scale. That's like Martine McCutcheon going, you're not very bright, are you? That's off. Project number 4. In Lesotho, the ECGD backed more dam projects, and as a consequence of that, 3 British companies are now in the dock as we speak, facing bribery and corruption charges, also including Balfour Beatty, the People's Friend. Now, whether they're found guilty or whether they're found innocent is irrelevant, because there's huge questions on what the ECGD are doing to combat bribery, especially as the World Bank has got a list of companies they don't work with because those companies have broken the procedures to combat bribery and corruption. There are 54 companies on that list for the World Bank. 35 are British. Yes! Way to go! And of course, with proper preparation funding from the lottery, that could have been a lot higher. So he said to the Export Credit Guarantee, what are you doing to combat bribery and corruption? They said, we are new, we are diligent, we are reformed, we have new measures. What are these new measures to combat corruption? We ask companies to sign a form saying they won't be corrupt. Well, that'll sort it. That'll sort it, because corrupt people never lie. You know, they're just sitting there, millions of quid, will you sign this form? Oh, the one question I wish you hadn't asked. So I thought, let's have a look at the law here. What is the law in Britain about bribing foreign officials? It was written in 1906, and it just says, if ye shall be found guiltieth of bribing the king's agent, then you shall not be permitted to drive your sheep across Londonian Bridge. And the law is this: if you get caught bribing the king's agents, the maximum fine is 500 quid. 500 quid. These guys are going, 1 million to you, 2 million to you. Can I have 500 back, just in case? It's like the police are storming in there. We arrest you on bribery and corruption. Do you take switch? We now move on to project number 5, Ghana. There was a project that the ECGD backed, 42 million, for 2 hotels. And the company that got the contract was a company called International Generics. And I thought, no, not International Generics, the company who are incorporated in Britain, but are owned offshore in Netherlands Antilles via Panama. Surely we couldn't be using British taxpayers' money to actually help a company who pays little or no tax in Britain itself. Surely we would not be so foolish. And we said to the ECGD, surely you haven't done that? And they said, yes. There's nothing wrong with that. It's fine. They're incorporated in Britain. Yeah, don't have a problem with it. In fact, there are quite a few offshore companies that receive taxpayer support. In fact, if you listen very closely on a windy night when it's blowing in the right direction, you can hear them in Jersey. We're in the money. We're in the money. A friend of ours went over to Ghana. We said, check out the 2 hotels. Found one hotel, not a problem. Second hotel, couldn't find. Not even a B&B. All they found was a complex of luxury houses being rented out to foreign diplomats and expats. And we thought, strange, you can't do that. You can't get money for a project and then change it. You can't do it. You can't go, oh, we're going to build a school, give us the money. Oh, sorry, we had problems, so we did a howitzer. Is that all right? So we started talking to people, journalists in Ghana. We started talking to diplomats. We started talking to civil servants. We started talking to senior business people. They said there are serious problems with this project because the loan is about to be called in Britain. They've got a matter of months to complete it. Ghana still owes 15 million, which is going to be our money. 15 million. Add to that the fact that both of those projects have had to be refinanced using the Ghanaian taxpayers' money. Simple question. If the project is having to be refinanced, what happened to the original money? The 15 million. Where did it go? Who's got it? We asked the people in Ghana that we were talking to. They said, it's a very interesting question. Where did it go? Who owns the houses? We don't know. Michael Meacher could have one in there. We don't know. Who owns the houses? They said you should ask people. Maybe you should talk to the foreign diplomats. Maybe you should speak to the expats. Maybe you should speak to the ex-president of Ghana, Jerry Rawlings, and his wife. So we said to the ECGD, what's going on? And they said, well, we are aware of problems in Ghana. I should hope so. They also said, we've actually reported this case and given evidence to the Serious Fraud Office. And they say, at the moment, there is insufficient evidence to prosecute. We spoke to the ECGD and said to them, look, this is serious stuff. And they said, well, okay, we accept that. And if you have any evidence about Ghana, please give it to us. We really want to see the evidence you've got. Okay. So, we have a department that loses paperwork, confuses projects, that is backing nuclear reactors, that is backing projects that are 2 times, 5 times over the limit. There is no checks on competitive tendering. You're asking people to sign a little bit of paper saying, I promise not to be bad. And you've got this stuff going down when hotels aren't hotels and people don't know where the money is going and we're paying for it and you want me to help you? Well, maybe if you stopped digging for dirt on comics and started looking for shit in your own backyard, Sherlock, maybe you might get a clue. Now, I don't know if they dig for dirt on all comics, I should say that. Maybe they just do it as routine procedure in the Home Office. Someone's there with a little file, Tarbuck. Oh. Daughter, much funnier. A Labour